Hello everybody and welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we became the richest hermit of all time here on Hermitcraft, and today guys we are working on our base a little bit because we have some problems here. And one of those problems is with these two farms right here, the bamboo farm and the sugarcane farm. We built these a few weeks back, and basically I discovered there's a slight problem with these farms, namely that since we took out all the lighting around here, and it's all now completely unlit by torches, except for the iron farm, because I was getting annoyed with zombies coming out from underneath the iron farm. But everywhere else, mobs can spawn at night, and what's been happening is zombies have been like wandering in here. They come down here, and then they stop the cart like this, and then it just stays there, and then the zombies turn into drown, and the drown perpetually remain here forever, which is kind of annoying. So we're just going to bump that. Hopefully that makes it. Please, cart. Please go. Please work, cart. Come on. You can make it. Is it going to make it? Oh, I got to know if it's going to make it or not. Oh, it's not. Nope, I hear it. Yes, success. It's moving again. Let's go. Okay. Fantastic. So, that is a problem. We do not want that to happen because basically our automatic crafting turns all this paper into, all this sugarcane into paper rather, right down here. You can see paper farm, and then over here bamboo on the other side. But if a piece of rotten flesh gets in there, it ruins the entire system. So we got to make sure that does not happen. So today we're going to fix that by putting in, I think, probably some slabs into these holes here. We also want to add some lighting in here, perhaps. Same for this side as well. Alright, so first for the sugarcane farm, we're just going to place down a slab, top half slab, on each of these water sources like this. And this should allow the sugarcane to land on top while the cart can still pick it up. And also we are probably, let's just see. Yeah, we're going to have to fly underneath this, I think. There we go. And we go underneath the honey block one. Okay, very good. So this should work to fix this problem. Bro, what are you doing here? What is this guy doing here? Oh my god. Guy. Come here. Alright, what do you got? Anything good? Flowers, dyes, saplings, blue ice. And that's it. This guy is always a disappointment for me. Alright, so we got all the slabs in for the sugarcane farm area down here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down the center point here of the farm. And going to witness the wandering trader vanish in front of our eyes. And then we're going to grab some pearlescent frog lights and place these down all along here to provide some lighting inside of these farms. And I think this lighting should reach all the way across. And hopefully this will prevent any zombies from spawning within this structure, which should help us out. Let's just check the light level over here. It is 3. Yes, that's fine. That means mobs can't spawn here, even if it's like an open spot like this. So, fantastic. That solves that problem. By the way, can I just say how cool this looks at night? Somebody's unfortunately sleeping, but it definitely looks really nice at night with like the subtle lighting we have going on around here. And as well as the skulk pulsing. That's probably the coolest part. We're also today going to be putting a backside onto this area so that anything that is harvested here can no longer get potentially shot out from the slime block, which launches things like left and right. So yeah, that's going to be cool. Put that down like that. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Why is this gentleman still in the farm? Oh my god, dude. You know what? We're just going to leave him. We're just going to have him despawn in there. It's going to be okay. Farewell, my friend. You won't be missed. Oh, he's escaping. Okay. Well, now he's on the outside. Well, either way. In or out, guy? Pick a spot. Jeez. Alright, he's in. He's in. Alright. Oh no, this is so sad. The wandering trader and his llamas about to get smushed by honey blocks. What a tragedy. Oh no, is there going to be one gap? No way, there's going to be a 1 block gap to escape. Oh, what a legend. What a legend. The cart can pick these up, by the way, so it's all fine. But yeah, I guess he's just going to wander in here. Going back and forth. Being pushed by the honey forever. Alright. We'll live with it. We'll live with it. Anyways, this farm I think is fixed. So, thing 1 done. Thing 2, we're taking down the signs and the results from our mining experiment last time. So we need to find a spot for all these signs again. And now I think we need to start to decorate the actual area around here just a little bit. Alright, so as we look over this area here, the main thing that we want to add to this area is, number 1, a little bit of subtle lighting. Not like torches like we got over there, but we want to add like a little bit of color, a little bit of liveliness to the area. What is that? Oh, that is the dog's tail. Okay, yeah, we have some dogs here. I'm kind of hoping we update soon to 1.20.6 or 1.21. Because I've been amassing an army of dogs slowly over the course of time. And this dog army has been waiting in the wings until 1.21 arrives so we can get the dog armor and stuff like that. But we are planning for the future here. But, yeah, we need to put down something subtle that adds color. So, we need some amethyst buds. And luckily, I got an amethyst farm just on the other side of the fireworks factory that we made quite some time ago, which we have a bunch of amethyst clusters from, and a bunch of small, medium, and large amethyst buds. So, we're going to go around, we're going to place down a bunch of amethyst buds around the area. Let's just grab a good variety of these here. Let's just grab like a stack of each of the medium ones and the small ones as well. There we go, and these actually have a small light level. I think these have light level of, like the big ones have light level of like 5, if I'm not mistaken. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so these actually make a pretty decent area like spawn proof. So if we put several of these around the area, it can like significantly reduce the spawning rates while keeping the sort of subtle vibe we're going for this area. So we're just going to go around, place down not like a ton of amethyst, but like every once in a while we want to have some amethyst shards in the vicinity, right? So yeah, we're going to do that throughout this area, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we got a bit of amethyst placement down here, as you can see, and yeah, it looks really cool at night, as the amethyst does actually glow with a little bit of light, especially these big ones here, although we did put like some of the small ones, and some of the medium size, and the large ones, all around the area. You can see what it looks like if I get up here. Kind of a cool look, I think. Gives it a little bit more color as well, so happy with that for now. And we'll continue to add more onto the base. I want to try and do like a little bit every episode, so we'll do more next time. However, now it's time to head out to Joe Hills, because we have a big project we're going to start out there. We got a labyrinth to build. Alright, so flying out to Joe Hills area. So this is what his area looks like in 1/8 scale, since it's in the nether, obviously. But basically, it's going to be a giant ringed area. Which basically, I think, simulates the Bell Labs area, like campus, which was like a hub of like innovation and technology in the 1960s. Looks like he still has, or he picked up his fireworks, very good, very good. But our area is somewhere over here. Let's see if we can spot it. So we were standing up there with Joe, and yeah, right here. This is our area we're building in, so if we make our way down this way, it looks like here is where we'd want the labyrinth to start, and then over here, yeah, over here is where we'd want it to end. So basically the plan here with this labyrinth is to effectively fill up this whole area here with a giant maze full of like fun challenges and jumps and slime block jumps and stuff like that. So that's basically the overarching goal here. So let's start to plan out a little bit of that maze. Anytime you're putting down a bed for a project, that's when you know it's getting serious. So picture this, everybody. A giant, massive, three-dimensional maze that fills the entire space behind me. There's a bunny in that hole over there. My God, we gotta save him. It is critical. We helped. You saw it. We helped. This labyrinth. Gonna be a three-dimensional labyrinth, but instead of being just one massive maze behind me, picture it as sort of a series of individual mazes with checkpoints in between. Because I'd like this to have, you know, if somebody doesn't want to do the whole thing all at once, or wants to take a break, or something like that, I want them to be able to, like, escape to like the side here, to like this outer oval. Dude, there's another bunny in a hole! What is going on, Joe? Good lord. Here, he's going this way. He wants to go this way. There you go. Go. Yes. Okay, he's free. Oh my god, dude. We're going to be freeing bunnies the whole time. We're going to have no time for the labyrinth. Jeez. Besides saving bunnies, we have a couple of critical things we got to do today. Thing number one is we got to basically partition off different sections of the maze. Because if we want, like, let's say 5 or 6 sections all hooked together in a certain order, we got to determine that order and how everything is going to flow here. And potentially make, you know, the one pathway through the entire thing. That is actually something I like to do in mazes a lot. As I've made several in the past, that seems to save quite a bit of time. The other thing we got to do is label important areas. So for instance, this hill up here, right here, sort of an elevated point that Joe left for us specifically in case we wanted to use it, and I think we do want to use it. And I think we're going to use this as a lookout point. And it's probably going to be in, say, like, if there's 6 sections of the maze, probably in section 4 or 5. Basically the second half of the section, so you can see how far you've come, but you can also see a little bit further to where you're going to be ending up at once you, yeah, you can basically see the end from here, but you're not sure quite how to get there. That's basically the look we want to have here at this point. So things like that and other prominent points we want to basically label. So we need to go get a bunch of blocks from our base and bring them all out here to begin work on the labyrinth. Alright everybody, so we've sort of split up this area into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different like sections here. And so these are going to correspond to the 6 different sort of trials of the labyrinth. And each trial will have its own like unique challenge. Whether that be like retrieve something or do a parkour, something of that nature. But I've sort of like organized it how I want to with these doors. So I'm thinking like this is where you'll enter one of these 2 doors, or maybe we'll have like 3 or 4 doors you can go in, where 3 doors just lead you back to the start and don't go anywhere, and 1 will actually lead you through like the proper maze. But then you'll probably go over to this section, which is going to be section 2. I'm thinking this section might be the one where you have to retrieve something, like in this far corner or something. Like you have to make your way here first before making your way to the exit here, to the 3rd layer. 3rd layer is pretty big. This might be our underwater layer because we want it to be a 3D maze, so not only left and right, but up and down. So here might be a good spot for that. Then this door will lead you through to the 4th layer, or the 4th challenge. Then we have the door to the 5th one over here, right here with the lookout point. So at this point you'll be able to look out over the area, and then you'll have a door close by to the lookout point leading you through to the 6th area, which is the final area, and then you come out over here. Over here. Yeah, could be kind of cool. So yeah, that's that. And then, yeah, that's basically going to be the layout. Now I think it's time, we might actually want to put down like the pathway as well. Alright guys, so here's how I build my labyrinths and build my mazes in Minecraft. I first place down with some type of block, in this case honey blocks, since they, like slime blocks, can instantly be broken. We place that down, so this is going to be roughly the correct pathway. You can see if you follow this all the way around and around and around and around, you make it to the end where it'll hook up to the 2nd section. And essentially, what I want to do with this is I basically want to have one challenge in this section somewhere, in this maze somewhere. And I think this first section I want to have just a basic challenge. So I think we're going to have trapdoor parkour, where you parkour along like a wall in this section over here. And I'd like it so that one side goes to the correct pathway, and then we'll have like another side over here that takes you on a convoluted path to no man's land somewhere in here. And maybe like there's like an underground section that could hook up to like this point over here, or maybe it takes you back to the start, which would be kind of funny, I think. But yeah, that's basically the layout for this first section. As far as the aesthetics go, let's just quickly get rid of some of these slime blocks here. As far as the aesthetics go, I realized I had an insane amount of honey blocks from our bee farm, and we also have an insane amount of honeycomb blocks from the bee farm. So I'm thinking the aesthetic could be, we have honey for the floor. And then we build up with the incredible amount of deep slate we got over the last 2 weeks from all the mining we've done. And we put this on both sides, which kind of makes like a really nice, like, dark and colorful theme for the maze. So something like this. We could also change this to like polished deep slate or tiled deep slate. And I think that works pretty well as far as the aesthetic goes for the maze. And we got plenty of this stuff. So honeycomb, deep slate, honeycomb, 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 deep slate, deep slate, deep slate, deep slate, etc. So I'm thinking this is the aesthetic we go for. We can also use maybe ochre frog lights for lighting, or maybe just glow lichen every once in a while. Could also work. Or just straight up torches would work with the honeycomb, actually, now that I think about it. But that's basically the plan. So now we just got to go ahead and build the thing. Alright, everybody. So we've added in now the other pathways, which don't lead anywhere or will lead you back on yourself if you try and use, for instance, like the right hand or left hand rule, like following one wall only. That's not going to help you here. So yeah, we've added all these pathways. You can see with the honeycomb blocks, the main pathway is still marked with the honey block. And yeah, we also added the room over here. This is going to be the parkour trapdoor room. So we're going to basically dig this down here, I think. So we're just going to break this ice and yeah, move down a few blocks so that if you miss the jump, you fall down. We'll have a ladder up over here, and basically you'll parkour through this room, across the walls here, and then you'll have a decision like here. We'll have a trapdoor on like this block and a trapdoor on this block. You can then jump over to a trapdoor here and then continue on your pathway down this way, or the same on the opposite side. Obviously this one will just lead to another little maze area here, and you'll eventually realize that this is not the right path and go back and try the other way, and that is the right path. Which, yeah, you can hopefully realize when you're in the maze. But now we have the whole maze basically built. The only thing we got to do now is essentially make this taller. So we got to take the deep slate tiles. I'm thinking we're going to make this 5 or 5.5 blocks tall. Maybe 5.5 blocks tall, just so that way, you know, people can't look out, basically, with F5 over the thing. Yeah, right here I think is pretty good because you can't really see over the wall. If we had another half block on this, I think it'd be good. So that'd be perfect. So I'm thinking 5.5 blocks tall, maybe one more, maybe we can go 6, but that's basically it. Now we just got to build up the thing and make the parkour, and then we're done with this first section. Alright, everyone, so the first 6th of the labyrinth is now completed, and this is probably the least complex part of the labyrinth. This part is probably going to be, I would imagine it takes people maybe 5 minutes to get through, at most. Also do want to show you a couple things in here. So first of all, like we have the, if we just drop into the labyrinth here, we have the parkour section. This is the parkour section. It looks really hard, but it's really not like too difficult, as you can see. You can just jump from one side to the other, and then over here, and then bounce between these, and then over here, and then up here, and then over here. And unfortunately, you figure out this is actually the wrong way. And then like a similar difficulty on this side, so you go, you know, same pathway. Obviously, we have a ladder there to get up, but yeah, you just go over here like this, and then you go this way, and then you go up here, and you go this way, and down, and over, and finally you make it this way. So yeah, not really too hard of a parkour. Although I imagine some people will find it a little challenging. There is a way to make this a little bit easier. And so if I get up here like this, and we land on the top, which we have now half slab, by the way, you see there's some levers down here. And what these levers do, they control the trapdoors. So if you're going through the maze and you find a lever and you flick it or turn it on or off, it can change how difficult it is. Based on that. So now you can see this is now out. So now it's like way easier to get through. And the same with these. These can have like levers on the side here. If I just boost up here like this. See there's a lever here that controls this one. There's some levers on the other side of those. Some levers over here. Down there. So you can find these levers and make it significantly easier or harder on yourself, depending on what state the levers are in. Yeah, here's some, you can see 2 of those over there. So, Yeah, kind of an interesting thing there. I added that just so it's not always exactly the same when you come through here. So, yeah, if somebody's struggling or if multiple people are coming through, it could be like the case that somebody like accidentally flicks a lever when somebody's standing on it and they drop. It could be a good moment. But yeah, that's basically it. And the rest of it's just basically a straightforward maze that eventually comes out over here. And then at this point, we're going to have probably like we'll dig down here and then make like a way out on the side somewhere. Or maybe back to the front. But this is basically going to be like your checkpoint right here. So that's the first part of the labyrinth completed. I'm looking forward to building these other sections and adding in some different challenges and things throughout the labyrinth that players can complete to escape the labyrinth and make their way through. So hopefully it's a lot of fun. We also got to add some three-dimensional aspects because this first part is just two-dimensional, like just a straight-up maze. But I'd like, besides just left and right, I'd also like players to have to think up and down as well, think vertically. So we're going to add some more complexity in the other sections of the labyrinth out here. So anyways, until next time, guys, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Farewell.